Saturday in Austria, and that meant qualifying for the TCR International Series at the Red Bull Ring. Some new drivers and an entirely new brand were the headlines, but the basics remained the same. After 14 rounds, the series is extremely close, a fact the humour and horseplay couldn't disguise. Among the new faces were Gabriele Marotta and Michela Ceruti, who became only the second female driver in the series. But the biggest news was the appearance of the first new brand to join the series since the season began. Volkswagen Motorsport has teamed up with the Liqui Moly team for the remainder of the year to evaluate the Golf TCR with a view towards a customer racing programme in 2016. Qualifying was the usual two-part affair, and the early pace was set by the target competition duo of Stefano Comini, the championship leader, and Andrea Bellicchi. Bellicchi was fastest in Q1, with the pair just under 0.3 of a second apart. Gianni Morbidelli was third fastest, but Kevin Gleeson in another West Coast Racing Honda seemed to be struggling to find a good setup. The Pro Team Racing Ford Focus failed to complete Q1, despite the team working long hours to get the car ready. 12 cars then went through to the second part of qualifying, with Diego Romanini in the Ford and both Marotta and Ceruti failing to make the cut. The 10-minute Q2 sprint would decide the grids for both of Sunday's races, and whatever Kevin Gleeson's mechanics had done to the car between the sessions, it had clearly worked. The car was transformed, and the American driver's confidence soared as a result. Gleeson finished the session in second place, while it was his teammate Gianni Morbidelli who was fastest. Morbidelli then starts from pole for race 1, while it'll be the new VW Golf of Paul Rosé, who was responsible for a lot of the development work on the car, that'll be on pole for race 2. Another surprise was the third quickest car, the Zengo Motorsport Seat of 17-year-old Hungarian driver Daniel Nagy, making his TCR debut. But after struggling to come to terms with the slippery track surface, it was Morbidelli who took the 5 points for setting the fastest time. The Italian driver was delighted, as were the West Coast Racing mechanics and engineers. But while Morbidelli secured the Pommery Sparkling Performance Award, not everyone was so pleased.
Playing, every time playing. This is a great movie, on the movie.
We found an incredible performance. I was able to run for 3 laps with a, I must say, very good lap time. So I'm surprised, but you cannot be surprised when you have behind you a team like this. West Coast Racing always work well. They give me once again an incredible car. They work really hard, you know. They believe, they want, they believe in this championship. They want, as I want, you know, to fight until the end. So this is the right motivation for me, for all of them. I like how they work. I like the mentality, and we are on the same, you know, mentality at the same level. So we're working well together, and when you work together like this, you know, you can understand each other, and you can have an improvement as we had.